marriage is not the only path to happiness. I heard someone say that on TV, and it's not entirely wrong. I'm 45 and single, but I'm living a fulfilling life. At my brother's wedding, I thought, they look so happy. I'm a bit envious, but marriage really hinges on who you're with. This is a record of my battle with a difficult woman I encountered. My name is LA, and I'm 45 years old. I'm a single woman living alone. I've given up on marriage, but I haven't given up on my life. See, work is going well, and I'm enjoying happy days. If you ask me if I have my retirement planned out, I couldn't exactly nod in agreement. However, I've already paid off my home loan, and I'm preparing for retirement by revisiting things like insurance. I have a father and mother, and a younger brother, Steven, who's 10 years younger. My parents are living even after 70, and my brother is happily married. He and his wife had their first child 3 years ago and their second last fall. My parents, who used to nag me about marriage and children, stopped since they now see their grandchildren thanks to my brother's family. I'm sure parents and brothers seem happy, and I can enjoy my remaining years alone in peace. That life doesn't sound too bad, I thought casually. The only problem was my brother's wife, Lee, and I. Liliana is the same age as my brother, 10 years younger than me. Nonetheless, she always comes at me with unbelievable attitudes. When they had their first child, I gave them a baby gift. Instead of thanking me, Liliana disdainfully said,
Systems to tremolate, just so you know. Don't think that giving a gift now means you're set for the future. That's just ridiculous.
What? What do you mean? I responded, puzzled by Liliana's words.
She snorted and continued,
Don't play dumb, LA. You're single, so you plan to rely on our child in the future, right?
Uh-huh. I'll say it now. I didn't give birth for your sake, so I definitely don't want to be responsible for your old age care. Wait, what? I just gave a birth celebration gift, right? Even though I never mentioned anything about wanting to be taken care of in old age, why do I have to hear something like this?
I couldn't understand why she was so angry or how this conversation turned to my old age. When I reported this to my brother, he called his wife and arranged a proper discussion.
Liana Ellie just gave a birth celebration gift, right? Or so why did you say something like that?
My brother questioned her, and she made a terrifying face and responded,
What? Steven, what are you talking about? Elle wants to depend on our child in old age. That's why she gave us so much money, right?
No, I just gave a little more because my cute brother had a child.
Stop it. Ellie said anything like that. She just gave us a birth celebration gift as an aunt because we had a child. That's all. Stop it. Elle didn't say anything like that. She just gave us a birth celebration gift as an aunt because we had a child, that's all.
What are you talking about, Steven? Are you on LA's side?
She glared at me angrily and shouted, Hey!
It's LA's fault. I got yelled at by Steven.
Huh, me?
I was surprised to be suddenly blamed.
Liliana, like Steven said, I just gave the birth celebration gift with genuine congratulations.
Don't lie. I know what you're thinking.
But anyway, I'm not thinking what you think, Liliana. I plan to live on my own, and it's okay.
You say that. When our child grows up, you'll trick them into taking care of you, right?
so I'm not thinking of relying on my nephew.
Liliana continued to scream and shout until she was satisfied.
There was no point in talking anymore. I decided to leave her response to my brother and went home.
A few days later, Liliana called to apologize. She seemed more subdued, possibly scolded by my brother. Epsi, I'm sorry about the other day. I was a little oversensitive. Just after giving birth, I said something rude, and I'm sorry.
I don't have experience with childbirth, but it seems that women just after giving birth might see everyone as an enemy and overreact.
It's okay, you must have been tired. Liliana,
I told her it's okay. You must have been tired, Liliana, and decided to forgive her for now. I only see my brother's family during the New Year's holiday or at family events. But as an aunt, I want to do something, so I sent presents or gift cards for birthdays and Christmas. However, when their second child was born last fall and I gave another birth celebration gift, Liliana became wild again.
Hey, Ellie, you understand that both of them are my children, right? Don't think of adopting one of them. Don't even think of something so unreasonable.
adopt? I never intended.
What if she says, give me one of them someday? It'll be a problem, won't it?
Come on, Ellie would never do that.
Just be quiet already.
Actually, I hurried home, seeing my brother and his wife starting to argue. It had become silly to make any more excuses.
Although Liana called me again to apologize a few days later, I was in no mood to forgive her. I'm really sorry, I lost control of myself again.
I had no sympathy left. He's thinking about the future. I was sure it was best to have less to do with her.
I think it's best we don't see each other anymore. You don't have to pay me back. Good luck with raising your kids.
I told her that over the phone and hung up without waiting for her reply. I'm 45 and single. Surely not a good look in society. And I do worry about my future in terms of living alone. But that doesn't mean I intend to rely on others or, even worse, expect my nephews to look after me. No matter how much I explain this to Liliana, she won't believe me, nor does she take my opinion into account. Feeling it would only worsen my mood, I decided to keep away from her as much as possible. I didn't send anything for the first Christmas after my brother's second child was born. I contacted my parents and decided to visit them separately from my brother and his wife. After the new year, a few days into my regular work schedule, I got a sudden call from Liliana.
Flamel!
I answered, showing no cordiality.
Oh, LA, long time no see. You didn't come home for the New Year's holiday, so I thought you might have died alone or something. Happy New Year, Liliana. Thanks for your concern.
Happy New Year, Liliana. Thanks for your concern. I'm perfectly fine. Don't worry.
Since Liliana started the new year with a snide comment, I responded accordingly, but she didn't back down.
Ellie, I'm married to your brother, so I'm family to you too. Do you understand?
What's this all of a sudden?
Ignoring my feelings, Liliana started saying incomprehensible things.
We're technically relatives, you know. Do you know about family relationships? You might not get it since you're single, but it's important, you know?
Her words, spoken with an air of authority, evoked no emotions from me.
Basically, this is what I mean. LA, you are the only aunt for our kids, so please do your job as an aunt. What do you mean, the job of an aunt?
What do you mean, the job of an aunt?
The birthdays, Christmas, and graduation gifts. Celebrating children is common sense for adults.
So, you just want material things and money? Sorry, but as you know, I'm single. I have to think about my future and can't afford to waste money.
What are you talking about? Spending money on family isn't a waste, is it?
Huh.
Ignoring the tension in the room, she continued.
Oh, by the way, your nephew's birthday is coming up. You've thought of a present for him, haven't you?
Didn't you listen to me? I said I can't afford to waste money.
But spending money on your adorable nephew isn't a waste. You're his only aunt. Please don't be so childish. You're single, so saving for retirement doesn't really matter now, does it?
In that moment, something inside me snapped. I can't take it anymore. When I gave a gift for the birth, she bit my head off. And if I don't give one, she complains. All this time, she's trampled onto and my kindness, and now she expects me to be an aunt. Fury reaching its peak, I calmly told her, all right, I understand. I'll get the present.
That's the LA I know. My kids are growing up, so I'll need various things from you.
Sure, every time I give a gift, I'll remind you to take care of my retirement.
Trump.
Her voice tightened in an instant. But any concern, I continued.
Oh, or would you prefer I'll give you whatever you want if you become my child?
Even she raised her voice, saying, don't be ridiculous. That's what you talking about. You told me is you wouldn't rely on my children, didn't you?
Today now, but since I have to provide for them, I should ask for something in return, right?
Enough! You should naturally give things to them as an aunt. Don't think of relying on my children.
I snapped back twice as hard. If you don't want to be relied upon, then don't rely on me. Do you even realize how contradictory you're being?
What? If I give a gift, you say don't rely on my children for your old age, but if I don't, you say you have no common senses. Your common sense is absurd to everyone else.
You? How dare you say that at your age and still single?
So what?
I raised my voice over the phone.
Marriage isn't just about doing it. It's about who you do it with. Marrying a woman like you, poor Stephen.
But what do you say? Stephen truly loves me. He just lost his mind for a moment.
You should advise Stephen properly before he married.
You, how rude.
To be frank, a child raised by an unreasonable woman like you would be far less well-adjusted than one raised by a sensible person like me.
What do you, who has never had children, know about this?
If you want to preach so arrogantly, brag about it after raising your child to be a responsible taxpayer. I will never associate with you again. If you want to leech off someone, do it to someone else.
Stepmothers breasted upon me. In a moment of fury, I hang up the phone and immediately block Liliana's number. I then call my brother and tell him what happened.
I had no idea this happened. I'm really sorry that Liliana's been so rude and offensive.
That's okay. I don't think Liliana and I will ever get along. We had a big fight, after all.
Girl, but...
It's fine. I don't want to be manipulated by her anymore.
Itchins, I don't want an apology. My only wish is to completely sever my relationship with Liliana. I asked my brother to delete my contact information from Liliana's mobile phone.
Please don't tell her anything about me if she asks. I also contacted my parents asking, please don't tell her anything about me if she asks.
When I go home, I make sure my visits don't coincide with my brother and his wife, and I ask him to call only when Liliana is not around. Since then, I hadn't seen Liliana. My nieces and nephews were really cute, and I would like to watch them grow up if I could. But the stress from Liliana was even greater. Asking whether she was doing something out of kindness or not, Liliana always complained and threw sarcastic comments. How convenient are the family relationships she talks about? She can't comprehend it at all.
The blocked my calls. Unbelievable. How about the entrance gift? It can't be nothing, right? Your nephew's birthday is coming soon, right? Surely you're not really going to ignore it?
And so on, ranting and causing trouble for my brother. I feel truly relieved to have cut ties with her early. Given how things were, it was only a matter of time before her relationship with my brother soured. From to have withdrawn from Liliana's troublesome family relationships, and I don't feel inconvenienced. Rather, I'm more stress-free than before. Now that I don't have to waste money on family relationships, I want to use it for my own happiness and ultimately for my old age.
I'll let you secretly meet with your nieces and nephews